York, known as the White Rose City, is a city located in York County, Pennsylvania, United States, which is in the south-central region of the state. The population within York City limits was 43,718 at the 2010 census, a 7.0% increase from the 2000 count of 40,862. When combined with the adjacent boroughs of West York and North York and surrounding Spring Garden, West Manchester, and Springettsbury townships, the population of Greater York was 108,386. York is the county seat of York County and is located at 39°58 euro squared 00 euro cubed and 76°45 euro squared 00 euro cubed W. York is currently the 11th largest city in Pennsylvania. History Architecture The city has been called an architectural museum, because the downtown features numerous well-preserved historic structures, such as the 1741 Golden Plough Tavern, the 1751 General Horatio Gates House, the 1766 York Meeting House, the 1863 Bilmere House, the 1888 York Central Market, and the 1907 Moorish Revival Temple Beth Israel. Other notable buildings are the Laurel Rex Fire Company House, Forey House, Farmers Market, Barnett Bob House, Cook's House, United Cigar Manufacturing Company Building, Stevens School, York Dispatch newspaper offices, and York Armory. The city is home to 4 National Historic Districts: Fairmount Historic District, Northwest York Historic District, Springdale Historic District, and York Historic District. 18th century York, also known as Yorktown in the mid-18th to early 19th centuries, was founded in 1741 by settlers from the Philadelphia region and named for the English city of the same name. By 1777, most of the area residents were of either German or Scots-Irish descent. York was incorporated as a borough on September 24, 1787, and as a city on January 11, 1887. During the American Revolutionary War, York served as the temporary capital of the Continental Congress. The Articles of Confederation were drafted and adopted in York, though they would not be ratified until March 1781. York styles itself the first capital of the United States, although historians generally consider it to be the 4th capital, after Philadelphia, Baltimore and Lancaster. The claim arises from the assertion that the Articles of Confederation was the first legal document to refer to the colonies as the United States of America. The argument depends on whether the Declaration of Independence, which also uses the term, would be considered a true legal document of the United States, being drafted under and in opposition to British rule. This does not, however, prevent modern businesses and organizations in the York area, such as the First Capital Dispensing Company, First Capital Engineering and First Capital Federal Credit Union, from using the name. The Conway Cabal, a political intrigue against General George Washington, had its origins in the Golden Plough Tavern in York. 19th century According to U.S. Census reports from 1800 through 1840, York ranked within the nation's top 100 most populous urban areas. During the American Civil War, York became the largest northern town to be occupied by the Confederate Army when the division of Major General Jubal Anderson Early spent June 28 30, 1863, in and around the town, while the brigade of John B. Gordon marched to the Susquehanna River at Wrightsville and back. Early laid York under tribute and collected food, supplies, clothing, shoes, and $28,000 in cash from citizens and merchants before departing westward, obeying the revised orders of Robert E. Lee. The sprawling York U.S. Army Hospital on Penn Commons served thousands of Union soldiers wounded at the battles of Antietam and Gettysburg. In the postbellum era, York remained a regional center for local agriculture, but increasingly became an important industrial center, with such industries as steam engines, railroad manufacturing, and papermaking coming to the forefront. York also features some unique architecture ranging from colonial-era buildings to large Gothic churches. 20th century The York Motor Car Company built Pullman automobiles on North George Street from 1905 through 1917. An early and unique six-wheeled prototype was involved in one of the city's first known automobile accidents. Another model was driven to San Francisco and back over about 1 month to prove its reliability several years before the creation of the Lincoln Highway, which ran through town, connecting New York and San Francisco. The York area had also been home for more than 100 years to the Holtzgraf Company, which built its first pottery factory in the area in 1895 and continued manufacturing in York until 2005. Though now produced by the Hershey Company, the York Peppermint Pattie was created in York in 1940. Throughout the middle 20th century, the black residents of the city were subject to hostile racial prejudice and social injustices. Between 1955 and 1970, the people of York experienced racial discrimination leading to riots, most notably the 1969 York Race Riot, which resulted in the death of Lily Allen and Henry C. Should. These murders were largely left ignored until 31 years later, when allegations of murder and racial prejudice were raised against the mayor at the time, Charlie Robertson. Additionally, throughout the entire century, the city commonly held unopposed Ku Klux Klan rallies and public meetings, despite continuous racial tensions. Though the murders of Allen and Should were solved and the perpetrators were apprehended, the actions, which originate back to the beginnings of the hate group, continue to present day. 21st century. In 2002, the city faced a budget shortfall of $1 million. Mayor John S. Brenner's plan to raise the money by asking York County's 302,000 adult residents to donate $3.32 to the city received national attention. The plan, referred to by some as the Big Mac Plan, did not raise all the money sought. After many years of attempting to secure funding for a stadium and a baseball team to play in it, the first decade of the century saw York realize both goals. In 2007, Santander Stadium, home of the York Revolution, opened in the Arch Street neighborhood. The stadium, along with other large projects such as the York County Judicial Center and the Cotto 241 luxury apartment lofts, symbolizes York's extensive redevelopment efforts. York was featured during the 2008 U.S. presidential election, when National Public Radio's Michelle Norris and Steve Inskeep chose to showcase the city in the York Project, Race and the '08 Vote. The program was aired as a 7-part series and featured different York citizens discussing race relations, racial perceptions, and the emotions inspired by the 2008 election. Norris stated that York was chosen due to its central location in a battleground state, its rich history, and demographics. On June 19, 2009, Norris announced on the air that she was taking time off to write a book inspired by her conversations with a diverse group of voters in York, and The Grace of Silence, a memoir was published in September 2010. In 2009, Kim Bracey won the Democratic primary and became the favorite candidate for mayor. She won the general election in November against Republican opponent Wendell Banks and took office on the first Monday in 2010 as the city's first African-American and second woman mayor. Bracey won re-election in November 2013 against Libertarian challenger Dave Moser. Major roads, U.S. Route 30, Interstate 83. Local corporations and industry. York Barbell is a reseller of barbells and other equipment for weight training and bodybuilding, and is the home of the USA Weightlifting Hall of Fame. A large Harley-Davidson motorcycle factory, which employs roughly half of Harley's production workforce, is located in York. York is home to two major manufacturers of modern hydropower water turbines, Vuith Hydro and American Hydro, both of which manufacture enormous parts in their plants. York is headquarters to York International, a Johnson Controls company and one of the largest suppliers of HVAC systems in the United States. On February 2, 1998, a massive explosion occurred at the York International plant. A spark had set off a leak in the nearby propane storage house. The blast was felt up to 25 miles away, and blew out windows nearby as well as knocking down doors. About 20 people were injured in the blast but only one person was killed, as the explosion fortunately occurred during a shift change. The Store for Biscuit Company is rooted in York and has produced animal crackers since 1871. A major regional department store, the Bon Ton, is headquartered in York. Just north of York is one of only 4 Starbucks roasting facilities in the world. York also boasts a BAE Systems facility which assembles various military tanks and equipment. After 30 years of business, barbecue pipe master Wayne Schaefer moved his Big Fat Daddy's concession stand and catering operations from Baltimore to Manchester, Pennsylvania in York County in 2012. York is also home to dental equipment and false teeth giant, Dentsply. Though originally founded in New York by 4 men, the company moved its headquarters to the site of its factory in the 1900s, where it was run by one of the 4 founders, George H. Whiteley. Whiteley was an experienced ceramist who was familiar with the process of making artificial teeth. Whiteley was sent by the group to oversee the factory, and his family presided over the factory for multiple generations. Dentsply is a NASDAQ-listed company, and internationally known throughout the dentistry business. Geography and climate: York is located at 39°57 euro squared 46 euro cubed and 76°43 euro squared 41 euro cubed W. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 5.3 square miles, of which 5.2 square miles of it is land and 0.1 square miles of it is water. Like most of Pennsylvania, York has a humid continental climate. It is characterized by warm to hot, humid summers and moderately cold winters. The mean annual precipitation total of 41.1 in is fairly evenly spread throughout the year, and falls on an average of 126.6 days per annum. Record temperatures from the York Coop range from 107° Fahrenheit, set on July 2, 1901, down to 21° Fahrenheit. Recorded on January 28, 1925 and January 21, 1994. At York Airport, with a considerably shorter period of record, the range is 100° Fahrenheit, set on July 22, 2011, down to 12° Fahrenheit as recently as March 7, 2015. Demographics: York is the largest principal city of the York-Hanover-Gettysburg CSA. A combined statistical area that includes the York-Hanover metropolitan area and the Gettysburg micropolitan area, which had a combined population of 473,043 at the 2000 census. As of the 2010 census, the city was 51.2% white, 28.0% black or African American, 0.6% Native American, 1.2% Asian, and 6.3% were 2 or more races. 28.5% of the population were of Hispanic or Latino ancestry. As of the census of 2000, there were 40,862 people, 16,137 households, and 9,246 families residing in the city. The population density was 7,852.2 people per square mile. There were 18,534 housing units at an average density of 3,561.6 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 59.75% white, 25.13% African American, 0.42% Native American, 1.40% Asian, 0.07% Pacific Islander, 9.40% from other races, and 3.83% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race was 17.19% of the population. There were 16,137 households, out of which 30.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 31.0% were married couples living together, 20.6% had a female householder with no husband present, and 42.7% were non-families. 33.1% of all households were made up of individuals, and 10.7% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.48 and the average family size was 3.17. In the city, the population was spread out, with 28.4% under the age of 18, 11.4% from 18 to 24, 30.1% from 25 to 44, 19.1% from 45 to 64 and 10.9% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 31 years. For every 100 females there were 93.0 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 88.0 males. The median income for a household in the city was $26,475, and the median income for a family was $30,762. Males had a median income of $26,792 versus $20,612 for females. The per capita income for the city was $13,439. About 20.0% of families and 23.8% of the population were below the poverty line, including 31.8% of those under age 18 and 15.8% of those age 65 or over. Culture. York is home to the York Little Theatre and to the Strand Capital Performing Arts Centre, which brings many nationally acclaimed acts to the York area. Performers here have included Kenny G, Bill Cosby, B.B. King, Bar Copyright La Fleck, and George Carlin. The historic Capitol Theatre also features many independent and foreign films, making it the only venue in York to feature some rare, yet critically acclaimed films. The Strand Studio has also branched out from the recently renovated Strand Capital Performing Arts Centre. The studio offers live music, usually jazz and acoustic, for the community. Today, much of York's culture represents the city's evolving role as an agricultural and industrial centre. The historic York Fair, which claims to be the country's oldest, traces its roots to 1765. It runs every year in September for 10 days, encompassing an entire week and 2 weekends. In addition to typical fair attractions, such as rides, games and contests, it also wins regional recognition for hosting many musical artists, such as Alabama, Gretchen Wilson, Carrie Underwood, Toby Keith, and Lynyrd Skynyrd. The fairgrounds, branded the York Expo Centre, also hosts the annual National Street Rod Association Street Rod Nationals East, the largest annual street rod event in the eastern U.S. The event brings thousands of street rods into the city for a few days in June. On Friday afternoon the city holds a parade through the center of the city for participating vehicles. The York County Heritage Trust is a not-for-profit educational institution that preserves and uses its collections, historic sites and museums to inspire people to explore the history and culture of York County, Pennsylvania. YCHT maintains 8 historical sites that preserve and present 300 years of York County's rich and diverse history. The YCHT was founded in 1999 after a merger of the Historical Society of York County and the Agricultural and Industrial Museum of York County. Currently, the YCHT historical sites include the Workers' House, Golden Plough Tavern, the Barnet Bob Log House, the Bonham House and Old Eastern Market House. In 1992, AIM acquired an industrial complex consisting of 6 buildings. 3 of the buildings were renovated and now house the industrial portion of the collection. The YCHT also hosts a variety of events throughout the year. The YCHT also holds the rights to the Murals of York, Pennsylvania, a group of murals that depict York's rich history. York City Recreation and Parks helps sponsor the Oldie York Street Fair each year on Mother's Day, the second Sunday of May, a tradition since the early 1980s. In recent years more than 150 art, craft and food vendors have lined Market and George Streets. Average attendance was 60,000 people as of 2004, according to city officials. The New York Wire Company, located in York, holds the world record for the loudest music without amplification from a non-musical instrument. Every Christmas Eve the company uses a compressor to create air pressure, then releases it through a series of tubes using a device much like a slide whistle. The music is 140 decibels loud and can be heard 10 to 12 miles away with proper weather conditions. Various Christmas music is played for a short time around midnight. It is thought that the tradition was started around 1925. The alternative rock band Liv is from York. Many of Liv's songs are about the town, including Shit Town from their most successful album Throwing Copper. The city's main shopping centres are York Elyria and West Manchester Mall. York is home to many veteran as well as up-and-coming talented artists and musicians from all genres including funk, blues, jazz, rock, experimental, country and bluegrass. The rock band Hexbelt is known for their brand of Susquehanna Pennsylvania Hexbelt swing music. York hosts a variety of open mix and underground venues such as the Sign of the Wagon and the Depot. Education. York and the surrounding area are served by the York City, Dallastown, Eastern York, West York, Central York, York Suburban, Southern York County, Red Lion, Northeastern York, Dover, Spring Grove, and Southeastern Public School Districts. Of the several private Christian schools in the area, the largest is York Catholic High School. In 2009, Helen Thaxton Middle School opened on East Philadelphia Street. The city is home to York College of Pennsylvania, which was originally founded in 1787. Penn State York. YTI Career Institute, which offers accredited technology and business-based degree programs. Yorktown Business Institute and School of Culinary Arts, which offers accredited degree and diploma programs in the business, medical and culinary fields. Yorktime Institute. HACC's York Campus. And the Art Institute of York, Pennsylvania, formerly Bradley Academy for the Visual Arts. Other colleges within 35 miles include Elizabethtown College, Penn State Harrisburg and Penn State Hershey. Fire Department. The City of York is protected at all hours by the 59 professional firefighters and 45 volunteer firefighters of the City of York Fire Department. The YFD operates out of 4 fire stations, located throughout the city, and maintains a fire apparatus fleet of 4 engines, 2 trucks, 1 service, and numerous other special, support, and reserve units. The YFD responds to approximately 2,700 emergency calls annually. Fire station locations and apparatus equals, Fire Headquarters Fire Station number 99-1 49 South Duke Street, Engine 99-1, Engine 99-3, Reserve, Truck 99-1. Fire Station number 99-2 273 West Market Street, Engine 99-2, Engine 99-4, Reserve, Truck 99-2, Reserve, Service 99-1, Chief 99, Command Unit, Chief 99-1, Command Unit. Fire Station number 99-5 833 East Market Street, Engine 99-5. Fire Station number 99-9 800 Roosevelt Avenue. Engine 99-9, Service 99-2, Reserve. Sports. Baseball. The York Revolution plays in the Independent Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. After 36 years without professional baseball, the Revolution arrived in 2007 to fill the void left by the departed York White Roses. The Revolution are named after the city's colonial past, when the Continental Congress met in York and passed the Articles of Confederation during the Revolutionary War. The Revolution continue the old baseball rivalry between York and the nearby city of Lancaster. The Revolution play at Santander Stadium in York's Arch Street neighborhood. The stadium features a plaza and statue in honor of MLB Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson, a one-time member of the aforementioned White Roses, with whom he made his professional baseball debut in 1955. Robinson currently serves as a special assistant and advisor to opening day partners, the group largely responsible for bringing professional baseball back to York. Santander Stadium has the distinction of having the tallest wall in baseball. At 37 feet, 8 inches, the left field wall of York's ballpark surpasses the height of the Green Monster at Fenway Park, the home of the Boston Red Sox. Football. The people of York and the similar city of Lancaster across the Susquehanna River often engage in rivalry and competition that has its roots in the Wars of the Roses. Both cities take their names from the English cities, York and Lancaster, from which the opposing royal houses took their names in the 15th century wars. The War of the Roses All-Star Game is played in York every year over the weekend of Thanksgiving. The game pits the best high school football players in their senior seasons from the York Adams League against a similar team from the Lancaster Lebanon League. As the game only involves seniors and occurs during the first weekend of the PIAA District 3 football playoffs, It is the final high school football game for each of the participants. Former Minnesota Vikings, Atlanta Falcons, and San Francisco 49ers defensive lineman Chris Dolliman graduated from York's William Penn High School. York was the birthplace of former New York Giants linebacker Andre Powell, former Miami Dolphins running back Woodrow Bennett, former Los Angeles Raiders and Atlanta Falcons tackle guard Lincoln Kennedy and former Atlanta Falcons safety Omar Brown. Arizona Cardinals head coach, Bruce Arians, is also a graduate of William Penn Senior High School. New York Giants offensive tackle William Beatty is also a York, Pennsylvania native. The York Capitals were founded in 2012 and are to begin play with the American Indoor Football League in April 2013. Other sports. The Bob Hoffman Auditorium at York Barbell hosts a variety of powerlifting, Olympic lifting, strongman and bodybuilding competitions and shows. York is home to the Plywood Hoods, a group of BMX freestylers, including Kevin Jones, who gained broad acclaim in the 1980s and 1990s. York is also the home of the York County Silver Bullets semi-professional football team. In their 2006 inaugural season they had a record of 5-5, and gained a playoff berth, though lost in the first round. The Pogo Squad, a group of about 12 extreme pogo performers, is located in York. They participate in area events, including the York St. Patrick's Day Parade, and perform shows. A photo of one member's pogo stunt against a sunset background won first place out of over 800 entries in a 2007 York newspaper photo contest. York was home to the Thunderdome skateboard park, now defunct. There has been a new park built entitled Reed Minzer Memorial Skatey Park, named for a York Catholic high school student who was killed riding a skateboard like a stray luge. York US 30 was a drag strip just outside of York. It held the 1965 Superstock Championships, the largest one-day drag race in the United States. An annual Muscle Car Madness event is held in York to commemorate the defunct strip. Media. York is unusual in that it supports 2 daily newspapers, despite its relatively small size. The York Daily Record Sunday News is published mornings, 7 days a week, and the York Dispatch is published Monday through Friday afternoons. The Daily Record Sunday News currently has the lead in terms of circulations of the daily newspapers. The York area is part of the Susquehanna Valley media market. Of the major television network affiliates in this media market, only one, the Fox affiliate WPMT, has its base of operations in York. Other stations in the market include NBC affiliate WGAL, from Lancaster, ABC affiliate WHTM-TV, CBS affiliate WHP-TV, CW affiliate WLYH, and PBS member WITF-TV, all from Harrisburg. It is also not uncommon for York residents to receive some stations from the Baltimore, Maryland media market, due to its proximity to the south of York. York has a public, educational, and government access cable TV station called WSET-TV, which used to be YCAT. The pop music radio station, WSBA-AM 910, achieved high ratings in not only York, but also in nearby Harrisburg and Lancaster, during the 1960s and 1970s. WSBA, now a news talk station, was well known for being the flagship station of Susquehanna Broadcasting, which had its corporate offices in York, as well. York's 98YCR was once a very popular pop music station with DJ Captain Connors. The radio station has since switched formats to classic 60s, 70s, and 80s music. Now calling itself the Peak 98.5 York's classic hits, WYCR remains popular, but with older generations. Other radio stations in York include WVYC from York College, Warm FM, WQXA-FM, and WOYK. FM stations in the Greater York, Pennsylvania metropolitan area include sister cities. York is officially twinned with Al, France since 1954, Leonfelden-Echterdingen, Germany since 1981. Transportation. York is served, through public transportation, by Rabbit Transit, which operates multiple bus routes in the city and the surrounding suburbs. In 2006 a Rabbit Express bus route was established to transport commuters to Harrisburg and back, making 6 round trips weekdays. Rabbit Transit introduced a new route on February 2, 2009 that provides 3 daily round trips between York and Timonium, Maryland. The $5 fare each way covers 80% of the operating costs. In addition to Rabbit Transit, the city has a Greyhound Trailways bus depot where service through Harrisburg to Syracuse, or to Baltimore and Washington, D.C. is provided by Greyhound lines. Service through Lancaster to Philadelphia and New York City is provided by Capital Trailways. Service to New York is provided by Bieber Tourways. Rail enthusiasts have suggested commuter rail service could be started between York and Philadelphia with much of the necessary infrastructure already in place, using SEPTA's system. Transportation planners say this is too expensive, with bus and van services more feasible. The former Pennsylvania Railroad station for York now lies along the York County Heritage Rail Trail across from the baseball park. York does not have any commercial airports, though the small York Airport is located 7 miles southwest in the Massville. Many residents use either Baltimore-Washington International or Harrisburg International Airport. Lancaster, 24 miles to the east, has frequent Amtrak train service to Philadelphia. Notable people, list of people from York, Pennsylvania. References. External links, media related to York, Pennsylvania at Wikimedia Commons, York Daily Record Sunday News, Directory of York County Regional History Sites, City of York, York County Heritage Trust, York County Eugene Ware Project, York Town Square History Blog.